Yeah, it's Bioson and DJ Sylvae.
We can rock on a pod or a stage. We move like a squad when we rock, yeah, we paid our dues. Pop bottles, we claim our views, and the grind don't stop because we some straight shooter.
Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 of episode number 2 of the Straight Shooters Podcast. Once again, I have the homie Zaruk with me.
What up?
All right, so we're going to jump into it. We were just talking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. So do you have anything that you want to add to that?
Just saying that Meet the Grams is the most disrespectful shit I have heard in a long time. And I love that. So Drake is getting cooked right now. And he dropped something like 3 tracks in a matter of 24 hours, 3 diss tracks in 20. That's never been done before. So yeah, he's getting cooked right now. I'm a big Kendrick Lamar fan, and you know, I don't listen to a lot of new music. I'm kind of still stuck in the 90s, old hip hop head, but Kendrick is one MC that I fully respect. Good Kid, Mad City was such a classic album to me. Yeah, I find Drake's a songwriter, you know. That's he makes hits, he makes good songs. Kendrick is a real lyricist, I find. So
I want to give it up to Drake, though, for supporting the Canadian battle rap scene.
You betcha, yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't been following the beef, but I followed a few lines, and the way Drake is structuring things is, you can tell he's been around the block and he's watched some battles, and you know what I mean?
He definitely has respect for that culture. You know,
Big time.
you seen him some of the KOT battles,
co-hosting,
yeah, on the Blackout. And he's on there co-hosting, and that's when he was the biggest artist in the world. So yeah, much respect to that. Yeah.
Where do you stand on this, Matt? On the Drake Kendrick?
Let us know, Matt.
Someone sent me the link to Meet the Grams, and I just didn't listen to it.
You got it.
Same.
So, and one thing too is he's not just putting out like a one verse, 16 bar thing, a minute done. You know, which a lot of music is nowadays. It's just put 2 verses together, boom, done, song in 2 minutes. These are like 6-minute disses.
Yeah,
like going deep, cutting deep.
Guys just writing novels about it.
He is. He must just be sitting there in the studio, like
fucking hell. He's got a team with like 6 people. Just everybody, tell me what you hate about Drake. Dig up all the dirt.
Oh,
you're all fucking fired.
Have you heard that Benzino Eminem thing? And Benzino. So Benzino, I know that beef's been going on forever. And I followed that one a bit, and Benzino put out a diss, and you could tell it was a ghostwriter. And right away, I said in my mind, that's Cassidy. Cassidy's actually another famous battle rapper.
Yeah.
And I wrote that on a forum, and people started saying it everywhere. And yeah, it's like, now it's like, Cassidy's writing for Benzino. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild.
But yeah, there's a lot of the day I need a ghostwriter is the day I'm quitting this shit.
Same here.
Yeah. I just can't understand writing or rapping another guy's rhymes.
But so many people do it.
They do.
It is absolutely fucking.
They do.
Think about it. If you have millions and millions of dollars and you're occupied handling business deals and you're occupied traveling the world, touring, this, that, and the other thing, it's like, all right, guys, I need you to. Here's $10,000. I need you to write me a hit. Yeah. And I am going to learn it, jump in the studio. I don't have time to write all this shit, right?
And you know what's going even crazier nowadays is this trend with AI where you could literally, somebody could rap your verse for you and they can just change it back into your voice. This AI thing is really gonna, it's already being a game changer with the music.
It's fucking insane. So Alphabetic, sorry to interrupt. Alphabetic showed me a song. He said, I want to rap a song, or I want AI, I want you to, or whatever, Siri, whatever this app was. It was an AI app. He's like, I want a song about a house with this and that artist, like blah, blah, blah. And fucking within 15 seconds, this app wrote him a song with a hook.
Oh, it's getting wild, and it's getting crazy. I actually experimented with some of the AI on World Gone Mad, my last album. And you can tell there's a news reporter that's asking me questions. And I basically went on this website and I just typed in the text of the questions he's asking me. And I've actually kind of dug into that a bit, but somebody, writing a whole song for you and then changing to your voice, that's just whack to me.
Bonkers.
That is whack. Yeah, but
the music industry is in serious trouble, and we got to find a way to be relevant and find the loopholes around it, because this is fucking madness.
There's an AI going out, right? I think it's public now. You can literally just say like, hey, make me this kind of beat, and I want it to sound spooky, and I want it to have like this kind of guitar, and it's just boom, done. Here's your track.
Give me a DJ Premier Dr. Dre beat.
It's
fucking, they had a baby
like,
together.
It's a wicked concept, but I can't get behind it. I don't know. It just feels scummy.
I think right now it's still a little bit in its early stages and it's robotic and everything. I've heard some AI stuff. It's still really good, but it's crazy how much it has come. And I don't know if I don't think it's a good thing.
I don't think it is either.
No. Yeah.
So aside from that, I mean, we're talking about Drake and Kendrick and you know what I mean? Like all these famous people and whatnot. So like we were talking about people we've opened up for. Who would you say like the most famous artist, or like, did you ever have a moment where you were starstruck meeting an artist? Like, do you have any like stories?
I mean, what? I like not per se meeting an artist, but last November there, I got to see Wu-Tang Clan, and that is, man, I analyzed those guys. I studied those guys. Like when I was a teenager and 36 Chambers came out, I remember just listening to it. I didn't know what they were saying, but it was just something that captivated me. And I literally like replay the songs, rewind them, write down. We didn't have the internet back then, so I'd write down the lyrics. Oh, this is what he's saying. This is what he's saying.
Really?
Yeah, I used to do that with Wu-Tang Clan. I was obsessed with them. Absolutely obsessed with them. So yeah, seeing them. And then there was a moment too in that show where Method Man, I didn't even know he was gonna be there, and he just busted out.
What?
He busted out of nowhere on, I think it was Wu-Tang Clan, Ain't Nothing to Fuck With, and nobody knew he was there, but he just came out halfway through the show. Wow. And that show was wild because it was them and Nas, and they kind of mixed it in together like it was a mixtape, because they have a lot of songs, especially Raekwon and Ghost have a lot of songs with Nas too. Yeah. So it started with Wu-Tang, then Nas comes out with Raekwon and Ghost, and then it goes back into Wu-Tang, then it goes back into Nas.
Just kept getting crazier.
It was like a live mixtape kind of mixed together, you know. I would actually like to do kind of like a show like that one day, you know, if enough of us had collabs together, you know, where we're switching in and out of artists.
We got to get on one, man.
We do. You know what?
I feel like we should make one about AI.
We should, or I should write. Hey, I got a good idea. Okay, so we'll do AI, but I'll write your verse, and we'll switch my voice into yours, and just you write my verse,
and just robotic. Make our voices robotic.
You can make it an AI diss track.
Matt can make the beat.
Yeah, but you won't even make it. He'll just be like, "Hey AI, make me a sick ass."
Make a beat that rips on yourself for being AI.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get down on one, man. Remember, so a few months back, John and I actually shot a music video for his rap game track, I believe.
Yeah, rap game.
That was fucking pretty unorthodox, hilarious, and just all around fun.
I mean, it came about really organically. I was hitting you up. See, at that point, I'm kind of a loner sometimes when it comes to music. I'm really introverted with it all and doing my own thing, you know. Absolutely. So I had to hit you up. I had some scenes where I'm like, I need somebody to videographer this, and I hit you up. I came up with the concept, but you added on to my concept. I think originally I wanted to kind of do the guy rapping on in the park, and you're like, no, we got to do it like right downtown, you know.
Keep it authentic, man.
Yeah, shout out. You should actually.
But it's weird because people will look at you funny, but it's just fuck it.
So
they're not making motherfucking music videos.
We made the cardboard sign. We had brought the cardboard sign. The idea was I'm gonna get on the street corner, and we got this karaoke machine that I found in the dumpster. Yeah. And I'm gonna rap on the street corner, and then we had the cardboard sign, which I gotta shout out you because we'll rap for Food Records.
Is that actually where that came from? I was wondering.
You came up with
we did. We were talking about it.
But you came up with the idea. Hey, you should write "Will Rap for Food" on the cardboard. So. You know what? I'm going to release the line of Will Rap for Food Records hoodies, and Bioson might sue me because he originally came up with the idea, but I ran with it on him.
Fuck that, dude. It's all yours, man. It's all yours.
Mine.
Fucking, I wasted half an hour of your time with technical difficulties.
It was so much fun. That video came together so organically. Yeah. And it's just the donaire shop scene.
Shout out to Caramia's Donaires and Williams Lake.
Yeah, putting up with us with doing our silly shit.
People are trying to order food and we're just fucking rapping and making it.
I got a karaoke machine.
Ruckus.
Kara's
looking like
good
Flavor
shit,
Flav.
Kara's awesome.
Kara is awesome. That's Petty Boy Osley's mom. Did you know that?
Just in case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just in case from back in the day, man. I got to actually ask you, how did you and Just in Case, I remember you guys doing shows. You guys were a great duo together back in the day, when we were doing the shows. How did you hook up with him? Did you know him? I knew Dirty from childhood.
The same thing, man. Yeah. Same thing. Our parents were friends. I knew him and his brother from probably the age. I was probably, let's say 12. Case would have been 8. And yeah, eventually... I got into music a little earlier than he did, and eventually I heard that he was making music and mixing it and whatnot. So, I had probably a dozen songs under my belt, couple shows, and by a couple I mean probably 2 or 3.
Yep.
And I was just looking around for anybody that did music at the time, just to kind of gel with, right?
Yeah, and there was very few of us at the time. Yeah.
So I used to walk about anywhere between, Dog Creek, I think it's about 6 kilometers uphill from the center of Williams Lake, basically up a mountain when he would get off school, and I'd go over to his house, and maybe half of the time we would actually record music. So we'd go up there and we laced a couple tracks, and yeah, we ended up doing a couple shows, and then the show you were on with Swollen Members at the Rolla-Dome.
Yeah.
We ended up getting that opportunity. It was funny because Chelsea Grobens, the person that put that on, she almost canceled the show, and I was calling her every fucking 15 minutes. Yeah.
Did she? I didn't remember that because I didn't really handle that end. Dirty handled that end for me. He did all the promotion and getting the shows. I did all the mixing and mastering, and that was kind of my end, the way we split things. So I didn't even know about that. That was going to get canceled.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. So it's actually kind of a story that I wasn't originally going to bring up, but so she called and she's like, yeah, I don't know about the Swollen Members show anymore. And I was like, well, why not? And they're like, well, the sound people in Prince George are just way too expensive. And I was like, okay, well, at the time I had a little mixtape with 6 or 7 tracks, and we had an audio video store, Sight and Sound. The manager was all stoked. He was a hip hop fan. So I took my little mixtape into Sight and Sound, gave it to him, and he played on the car stereos they were advertising.
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I went down there one day and I'm like, we ran into this crazy situation where this girl's going to cancel the show with fucking Swollen Members. If you guys can hook up a TX rig for under this amount of money, we can throw the show, we'll get to open, and it could potentially lead into bigger possibilities or opportunities, right? So he's like, we can go half the price that Prince George did.
Yeah.
So I was like, and that includes hotel and everything. He's like, yeah, half the price. We'll go set everything up, tear it down. So that show went from potentially almost being canceled to actually following through.
I mean, that show kicked off the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was the first show.
And now Chelsea's just fucking killing it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild.
I think we lost these lights here.
We lost the lights.
Is that a big deal or what? I think we got fluorescent lights.
My daughter picked out the purple color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't going to change that, so. So, Wu-Tang, obviously, one of your big influences.
Huge influence, yeah.
Who would you say some of your battle rapper influences are? Because I know you're big
as far as battle rap goes.
Because I know you're kind of in on the scene, right? We've talked.
I started first battle rap I watched was Smack DVD. I'm watching Math Hoffa, watching Murder Mook.
Did you ever watch Scribble Jam?
I didn't really get into Scribble Jam until I got in KOTD. I got into it when it's early inception. And the one battle rapper, I know there's the obvious usual suspects. There's Pat Stay, there's Disaster, you know, there's Holohan, all those guys. But one guy that, man, just wowed me was Bender. R.I.P. Bender. And that whole sorry player scheme he used to do. Oh, man. That guy was an absolute monster. And yeah, he was one guy that really really intrigued
Hell
me.
yeah.
Just his intricate rhyme scheme, and his music was good too. His music was really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole flight distance thing that he had.
Yeah, that was really sad. McKnight too. Did you ever hear of McKnight?
I'm not too familiar with
So
McKnight.
R.I.P. to McKnight. He passed away, but he was
he
really good like rapper, like made really good music, and he passed away a couple years ago. But
okay.
yeah, he was really dope too. Wild though, like
yeah, and then I also like a lot of the smack guys like Hollow the Dawn, Arsenal.
I was just watching Hollow the Dawn battles last night.
Yeah, Hollow the Dawn, Arsenal, just mad disrespectful stuff. Loaded Lux versus Calico, man, that's a classic. So yeah, I got into all that battle rap. I love battle rap. It was, you know, it's a big influence on what I do with my music. I'm very heavily punchline,
the aggressive bars
type stuff. But you know, it's cool with the battle rap format because, you know, it's not over a beat, it's open word.
Yeah,
you know, they don't have to jam so many
dude. The battle rap
words.
circuit is fucking insane. Like, I've been in a couple KOTD battles.
I know,
myself,
and I am jealous that you've done that. I've always wanted to do that,
dude.
but
There's nothing to be jealous about. It is the scariest fucking thing.
I don't think I'd shit my pants doing it today. I would never do it.
Like, you get stoked leading up to it, and it's like, sweet, I got all my bars. And then when you're in the ring and they go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, lights come on, and it's just you and one other dude and a room full of people that are silent.
Yeah.
Like, at least when you're rocking shows, it's like, you know, some people are there to like be hype regardless. This is fucking way different.
Like, you got that circle around you and all eyes. Yeah. It's like a fight. You're going into a fight.
Yep. And if you fuck up, it's like,
yeah,
you're wrote off.
I have mad respect for that culture, but you know what? I never do it to this day.
No, it's hard. Like, we were fortunate enough to win a couple, but the ones we lost, it was just kind of like, I understand from their point of view now. It's kind of like, okay, like, you know, the one that I lost really bad, like, I was traveling out to Vancouver, so I'd be up all night the night before trying to rehearse my bars, and like I'd rehearse prior, but it was like you're stressing out so hard the day before that you're not getting any sleep, and then as you kind of move up, you're later in the bill. And I remember the last one I did, it was like we went on at 11 o'clock, and it was like, oh my god, like I can barely keep my eyes open, let alone remember my lines, right? Because it just fucking,
it's a wild, that's a wild sport. Like, I consider that a sport. It's just it's lyrically sparring with one another, saying the most disrespectful shit you can, you know, to get the crowd on your side. That's
what do you think of battle rap, Matt?
Battle rap, Matt.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm not huge on the whole rap scene, you know, like I don't really pay attention to it. Last time I was really into the rap scene was like 2009 when I was fucking like school kid, like, I'm so cool, I listen to rap music, right?
2009,
throwing up the Wu-Tang.
That was like 1999 for me.
I had like 30 songs I listened to, and I was like, I'm the fucking coolest shit.
Do you know what KOTD is?
Not
you should check it out, man.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Go check out his battles on it.
Don't do that, please. Nobody do that. We're gonna.
But mad respect to you, mad respect to you, man. To see you, like, that blew me away. I was like, fuck, Bioson on. I'm like, I do shows with this guy, and now he's on KOTD. That's pretty dope.
Well, we followed it pretty religiously, like me and Egon and stuff, right? So it was like,
so did me and Dirty at the time. Yeah,
we'll try it, and then we were fortunate enough to come out with 2 wins, actually 3 wins, and Mocha only was judged for one, like the first one, because you got to do ground zero, prove yourself. And the guy that I was rapping against, I kind of won by default because he messed his lines up. And then I went into an actual battle, and it was a 2-on-2, and we actually were the undercard for the Source and Immaculate.
Yeah,
and that was fuck, dude. Like, we're talking like.
Yeah,
like TV set. Like,
I mean, battle rap is kind of where I kind of made my first start. Was on it was a little website called letsbeef.com, and you would post your minute audio, and it'd be on beat, and you just say your battle rap, and somebody could come in and battle you against that audio. And we had it was crazy. Actually, a lot of good MCs came out of that letsbeef.com website, including Sharon. That's been on KOTE. I knew Sharon.
Wow.
Yeah, I made a song with him way back in the day. I was probably absolute trash on it, but You know, and it was crazy because it was all based on that website was like, you got to freestyle. And if they got you suspect as a written on there, then they
You're fucking toast.
Yeah, exactly. But they all thought Sharon was, that's all written rhymes. But really, the guy's the king of the freestyle.
And look at him
right
now.
I know. And eating your words with that one. So,
yeah,
for sure.
Okay. So, yeah. Fucking wild, man.
Mm-hmm. We've been at this for a while,
yeah.
But, you know,
I miss how it was 8 years ago.
But with you, like, you've been nonstop. I took a huge break. You know, did other things, DJing beats and stuff, but you've just been nonstop, man. Your grind is impeccable.
We get bored.
What keeps you keep doing it? Like, do you ever get like jaded with it and just be like, fuck this rap
man.
shit?
You know, absolutely. With some of these promoters and stuff,
the promoters are the worst.
It gets very hard to deal with sometimes, right? When you're like trying to get on just a simple show that, you know, before COVID would have been easy, and now you just can't because it's like you're not relevant anymore, and you haven't been putting out enough content, and all these younger artists know how to work, you know what I mean? Like all the Instagram and everything in between. So it is harder for somebody that, you know, I came up with a certain formula and, you know, you're kind of fading out. But that's why I like doing the podcast because, you know what I mean? We're always adjusting.
And you know what? You got things to talk about on this podcast.
Exactly. And that's why I thought it would be awesome. I just got to say one
thing to promoters out there. You know, it's nice to give, you know, guys their first shows and stuff and not pay them any money. But somebody like Bioson, who's been doing this for a long fucking time, and you don't expect to pay him to be an opener on a show you're making thousands of dollars on. You know, it's just ridiculous to me. I think if somebody has gotten their respect and their due, somebody like Bioson, you know, somebody like Dirty Frazier or whatever, you know, a country band could go play a bar somewhere, a no-name country band playing someone else's songs, and make $1,000 in the night, you know. But in hip hop, it's all
about ticket sales,
right?
It
is. Like it's about ticket sales and stuff like that.
And as you get older, like I'm not going out and like mingling with fans and shit the way I used to, and being able to like, you know, hey, we're doing the show in Vancouver. Everyone's older now. It's like I don't appeal to the younger crowd really anymore. So that's kind of my fault at the same time. But you know, it it does sting sometimes when it's like, hey, like. Yeah, you can come out and do this show, but you're going to go on first or second. And it's like, for fuck's sakes, man, this 14, 15 years of can't even get me like a little closer, you know, like just like one more. So it does sting that way, but it is what it is. I understand.
But I mean, you've been venturing into things of doing your own shows and stuff too. And everything has been pretty successful here in Williams Lake, you know.
Yeah, like we kind of know how the system works, right? Exactly. Like you and I, it's like you get to a point where it's like, we have options. Like if we're not doing big shows or opening up, we can come do a podcast. If you do clothing, right? So we do things to keep it interesting and relevant to us and whoever wants to follow. Sweet.
And the videos too. I want to make a video with you this summer. And I'd like you come out my spot in McLeese Lake there.
100%.
Yeah, McLeese Lake. And let's like, just stay out there at a cabin in the weekend.
We got the boat now.
Yeah, I camp out there. I know. And I want to get a razor. We can ride a razor around.
Yep.
Shoot some guns or...
Fuck yeah.
Let's just make a real redneck looking video.
We should.
We're
dads now.
Real
redneck. We're dads. Yeah. So we got a couple minutes left. I got one more question. If you could come up with the ultimate tour, I'm talking 10 dates across Canada, I'm talking arenas, I'm talking tour bus, all expenses paid, 3 artists you would do it with and why?
I mean, the first person I would do it with is my day one, Dirty Frazier, no doubt. I'd have to have him. He's the guy I started this shit with, and you know. And then I would have to take some of our influences, which we had the big West Coast influence with Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, NWA, West Side Connection. So you know, I would take Ice Cube and Dr. Dre and me and Dirty. You know,
Ice Cube. Yeah. If you're seeing this and you want to tour Z-Rack,
let's make
this is the plug. This is the call out.
Make it happen. Come on.
So you got Ice Cube, Dirty, and who else?
And Dr. Dre, just because I could sit on that tour bus and I could like pick their mind about, you know, like about stories. I could hear stories for days, but they'd probably tell me, shut the fuck up. You know?
Fuck that. Fuck that. This is the call out. Dre, Ice Cube, if you guys want the opportunity, like I said, hit the email. I'll get it over to him.
I mean, I'm hard.
West Coast.
West. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Straight Shooters podcast.
Hey, yo, can I shout out my...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out whoever you need.
Shout out. Hey, so I want everybody to... We'll Rap for Food Records on Facebook. That's my Facebook page. That's the main, primarily Facebook page I've been using to put out all my content early or whatever. And I think to support artists, I'm not big on social media, doing reels and memes and all that stuff, you know. So I think my main thing is my music speaks for a lot of itself. So just, you know, best way to support artists is buy his merchandise and then go stream his stuff on, you know, on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, whatever. I'm on everything. So
hire him to DJ.
And
you got a wedding coming up? That's the man.
I mean,
Matt Cote, add that motherfucker up too. He's doing the DJ.
I mean, one of the best DJs set things I ever did. And are we done? We have
Hit it.
time?
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Because I know you wanted to ask me about the DJ thing. So one of the best DJ gigs I ever did was actually for my brother right here, Stu's wedding. And oh my God, we had that party. So Stu sent me this list of just random songs, and like hundreds of songs. And so I'm like, what do I come out with? And I had, I don't feel like dancing in the rain. And I had that whole floor. I hit him right off the jump,
I was
and
there.
Then that whole floor, everybody dancing. As soon as I seen old people go away, you know, I'd hit them with a little bit of newer stuff. And then, you know,
Ice Cube.
Yeah. And then the newer kids would go away, and I'd play some older stuff. But I found the weddings was the funnest thing I ever did DJing. And I love doing weddings, yeah. Unless it's all country. Ugh.
Yeah, we got some DJ talent over here, ladies and gentlemen. You hit up Matt Cote and Jonathan Zaruk.
I mean, I don't do the DJ thing much anymore, but I take an exception for a banging wedding.
We'll get you back into it.
Yeah. All right. But, you know, I appreciate this, man. I appreciate you giving me this time, giving me this platform, and letting, you know, me just tell my story. And yeah.
It's all love, brother.
You betcha. And I know you've been trying to get at this podcast thing for a while, and I wish you nothing but success. I know you're going to get it with this, bro.
It hasn't come easy, man.
And maybe I might be your co-host one day. Huh?
Absolutely. I like that idea when you dropped it. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Big shout out to Z-Rack, DJ Z. We got Matt Cote, myself, Bioson, Straight Shooters Podcast. We got Duncan, our key grip.
Dunk is the key grip.
When we started this podcast, you heard a guy sawing and drilling next door. He's not doing that anymore. And you want to know why? Because we sent that guy to deal with him.
Shout out the Dunk.
He's saying shout out to our Lord as well. Jesus.
Amen.
And shout out to the West Coast Warlord who was in the building. Krool. We're actually in the Stu Crew Pro. What are you? Crew Pro Fitness.
Yeah, shout out Stu
Dojo
Pro
wrestling posters and what have you. We got paraphernalia. We got trophies and everything in between. Peace.
That one good, bro. Yeah, man. Right on. Let's get a picture on the couch here. Paraphernalia.
That's the right one.
Yeah, it's Bioson and DJ Sylvae.
We can rock on a pod or a stage. We move like a squad when we rock.